Well, hello everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome again to another night of KBBU Behind the Scenes. If you are watching us for the first time, my name is Michelle Green, and I am the founder of Kingdom Builders Business University. So if you're wondering why are we doing a behind the scenes if we are not in school right now, which we have a semester course called the undergraduate class. In the undergraduate class, you have the ability to be able to get a bachelor's certification. And with that bachelor's certification, you're able to go to lenders and grantors and show proof that you have had a business course that has taught you how to manage your business properly, how to set up your business properly, how to manage your funding, all of your money, your taxes, everything, in addition to marketing, media, and just plain old business lifestyle. That's what we do here at KBBU. We have semester courses that you can take that come up every quarter, I'm sorry, not every quarter, every semester, but we are delaying our course until October 22nd through March of 2026. So we can announce and we can actually work on and focus on our big event, which I'll be announcing again at the end of this KBBU behind the scenes. But tonight, the reason why we are here, even though we don't have class, is because so many people are watching us every single Wednesday from 9:30 until we get finished. And they are watching us because we talk all things business. We talk about the business life. We talk about the business experience. We talk about different topics that the entrepreneur, if you're a person that's thinking about starting a business, if you are a person that's already in business, if you've been in business for a long period of time and maybe your business is just not where you want it to be, we teach you how to scale that right here at kb.Michelle Green behind the scenes at KBBU. So get ready for tonight's topic. We are going to dive into the topic of why is it that so many of us live in the past off of our past successes? Why is it that we kind of like just hang on to all of the things that we've been doing beforehand and not really understand that we need to let go of the things that we've already achieved, not saying that we shouldn't appreciate them, I'll be grateful for them, but we have to understand that we got to still move forward. We cannot be stuck in yesterday. So what we're doing tonight and every week is we
I can't hear you. Cornell, can you hear Michelle?
I did hear, and when you came on, it knocked her off.
Yeah, she muted. Michelle, we can't hear you. Say something now.
I'm saying something, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. So we are going to be talking about the successes from yesterday and how they are impacting our life now. So let's get into this topic. Now, I'm sure that plenty of us have had some kind of success and we think about, our past and what's been going on in yesterday. Like if we think about our past from when we were a kid, when we were a teenager, maybe you are still a young adult in your 20s, in your 30s. Maybe you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I don't even know, 100 maybe. My grandmother's 100 years old and living her best life, okay? And functional, let me just say. But when we think about all the things that we have achieved over our past time, we want to understand that we got to be grateful for those things, but we also have to understand that we can't carry them into tomorrow and assume that that's just going to be the highlight of our life. Because what happens is when we take those things into tomorrow and even into today, we tend to slow down the growth and progress of our life. And that is horrible. So that's why so many of us are stagnated. That's why so many of us cannot move forward with what it is that we need to do. So let's stop living in the past successes and let's get into creating a whole new lifestyle for our future. So Preston, what you want to say about that? I'm gonna let you go first because you always be like, I got something to say. I got something to say.
Me smiling, Michelle, because soon as you said something about milestones, you know my mind works crazy. Milestones help build your foundation. You ain't supposed to carry them around. They weigh you down if you don't use them right. You know, you get what I'm saying? The milestone is that one. Here's your milestone right here. You're going to put that down to build your foundation.
Was that a wallet?
Yeah, that's my wallet. Yeah, that's my mile. This is my bills, milestones, y'all that, right? But see, that's the point. I'm just using a physical manifestation of a milestone. You do something great today, build on that, right? You do something great, don't walk around showing everybody your greatness, you know. And what else? I had some good stuff.
Well,
Give me a good metaphor.
Okay.
On this, like when I was in the military, people like once you over 40, you have to take an over 40 physical to make sure you ain't gonna drop dead out here some of this physical activity, right? And I would tell these young men coming through the academy, you know, where's your over 40 physical? Just a good example. He was like, well, I turned 40 a month ago. I say, well, the day of your birthday, you was 40. The day after, you was over 40. You achieved that milestone. Now it's time to build on it. Go get your physical, like I said, you know. So that's a good example of milestones, right? Once you hit it, we're going to celebrate you. We are going to acknowledge it, but we're not going to live in that past, you know, like them, like say, you still got them old rappers out here they got gray dreads, you know, got a bald spot in the middle of their hair. No, let that go. Keep on going. Let's achieve more. But that's all I got.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You are so funny, Preston. So you're saying that when it comes to the successes, you're talking about the things that we have actually achieved. What is the milestone that you've reached? And when you reach that milestone, it's not that you're not going to be celebrated. It's not that you are not supposed to have your spotlight time. It's just that you need to understand that if you live in that milestone for the rest of your life, then your life is stuck. And you're stuck in yesterday. You're stuck in the time before for the highlight reel of yesterday. And there is nothing that you can really do moving forward because you're still in yesterday. So, are you living a life from the past? Are you really stuck in the highlight reel of what you did, what you achieved as a milestone yesterday? How are you going to be able to move forward and make money for today and tomorrow?
Can I add
How are
one
you
more?
going to do that? How are you going to do that?
Can I add a real world example of that? When I first became a travel agent and I went through the process, I learned the procedures and I implemented the procedures. My first milestone, my first commission was $4.28. Can you imagine if I was still riding that milestone? That whole $4, right?
Preston got the jokes every time.
Yeah,
Ain't
but
that right,
think about it.
Cornell?
I went on to make more than six figures in travel. But can you imagine if I started walking around, if I put me a shirt with a big old dollar sign on it, they say, well, how much you done made? I'd be like, I made a whole $4, right? How would I look? You know, how would that carry on, right? What would that tell people about me? He ain't about no money, old $4 chump. Get out of here, right? So that's my real world example. When I achieved that first milestone, I did not stop. I realized I knew the process and I started applying it to get to more milestones, more achievements, a higher level. So that's how I did that.
Yes, and you had to do that by letting go of that $4. Okay. Let go of the $4. Let go of the 6 figures, even if you're trying to go to 7 figures. Let go of the 5 figures if you're trying to go to 6 figures. You got to understand that whatever has happened yesterday is already in the past and we cannot bring it back. And as it relates to money, I wasn't even referring to money as much as I was referring to just our achievements. You know, when you reach a certification, a graduation, since we just graduated a whole semester course, an undergraduate class that got their bachelor's certification from KBBU. And, you know, just that process after you graduated, you might be still like gleaning from, oh my God, I went through this course and I got my certification and here I am. I got all this knowledge and understanding. But now what? What are we doing now with our life? How are we implementing the things that we are learning in today? Are we learning anything today so that we can continue to grow and expand? Like that is really key when as it relates to our lives going forward. Now, Cornell, what you got to say about this whole living in yesterday's success? What you got to say, sir?
And can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, the way I look at it, sometimes if you keep looking back, you're running into something for that'll stop you from moving.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes you can't do the same things that you did in the past because things are changing right now. And you got to look into what's going on today. Sometimes you gotta, if you got a business that, you know, compare your business to other businesses that's the same as yours and see how they're doing. What are they doing to get ahead? Are they using? Is that music coming from somewhere? Okay, okay, kind of threw me off. Okay, sometimes you can't be scared to make a change. You gotta look into other things and see, you know, if it can fit you on what you're doing or what you're trying to improve on, because you can't use the same stuff you did yesterday on today because times have changed.
Give me an example of what you're talking about. Give me an example of something that you would say people are using from yesterday. Let's talk about some examples.
Okay, so say for instance, if your business is using, I'll say, paper. You know, everything they do they're using paper. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can look into stuff that'll help you out better. You know, sometimes you have to look to the future. Like say for instance, um, systems that could help you um, do your finances better. Systems that can help you do your bookkeeping better. You know, sometimes you gotta reach out. You gotta look for what's going on in the future. You can't hire. Sometimes you can't hire the person that can really benefit you because they cost too much. Sometimes you got to go to those systems. You know what I'm saying? So I think one of the best ways to get ahead is find a system that fits you and learn it. Learn as much as you can on it. Now you can have somebody else run it, but you need to learn as much as you can about it. So if there's any hiccups, you can go back and handle that business. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's a good example that we don't really think about using the paper. Or another example, we've gotten comfortable with just using Google and we're afraid to use artificial intelligence. I know a lot of us are still sending mail. I know a lot of us are still taking notes on notebook paper. And some of us have actually graduated to some of us have actually graduated to the computer. Some of us have graduated to taking notes on the computer. Some of us have graduated, like you said, to systems. And some of us are just like completely paralyzed with fear of moving to something that is brand new.
Some people
And let
still
me
write
just
checks.
explain, y'all. Like when we think about moving to something that is brand new, of course it's going to be scary. It's something you never ever did before. And especially as it relates to being a business owner, how would you know what it is that you got to go through if you never did it before? Do you not think that you're going to be afraid because it's something that is completely unfamiliar? It is something that you have never did before. And if you have done it before, that can also paralyze you. So, what am I saying? As it relates to living on past successes and getting stuck in the spotlight of yesterday, we got to think about, okay, were we afraid leading up to the success that we really previously achieved? Did we achieve that success properly, or do we feel like we just kind of got over and we just kind of fell into that success and then we were spotlighted for it? Or do we feel like we were supposed to receive that spotlight, we got the spotlight, and do we feel like it's the only thing that we could ever achieve? So, as it relates to the successes of yesterday, what happens is we become paralyzed with fear, y'all. We become paralyzed so much with fear that it doesn't allow us to do anything else. It doesn't even allow us to get outside of the box to see ourselves in a whole different opportunity for us to grow and change and be something new. Most of us, when we get to a certain age, I'll just say around 40 to 50 years old, somewhere in that space, okay, we tend to get stuck in our ways. We tend to start feeling like, okay, well, I've already lived, I've already done everything. Pretty much I know how this whole game works of life. I know how to make money. I know I got to have a place to live. I know I got to, be able to feed my family or feed myself. I know I got to have transportation and communication. I know all of these things that I had to do, and I'm kind of in a routine of doing it. But anything can happen in life to where it throws you off course. And too many of us wait for life to throw us off course before we decide to make a move on anything new. So many of us get so comfortable in what it is that we are doing. So many of us decide that, okay, well, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I done did this. I know how this works. I done been around this rodeo a couple of times. Y'all heard people say that before. I done said it before. I done been around this rodeo, got a t-shirt for that, all of this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And guess what? That's fine and dandy that you had a previous success, but the problem is, what kind of success are you having today and tomorrow? Why are you stuck paralyzed thinking that you don't have the ability to be your best self? Do you know that every day that you got breath in your lungs, that you have the ability to be your greatest potential? Do you not understand that you yourself right now, no matter what age you are, even my 100-year-old grandmother still has the opportunity to be her best self because there is breath of life in her lungs. So there's breath of life in your lungs. So why are you sitting around thinking, okay, well, I already done that? Well, what are you doing right now? If we talk to the younger generation, and I will say generations between, I say teenagers all the way to maybe about 35 years old, 35, 36, something like that. Usually they are still in the dream stage. As you get closer to that 40 stage, it's like you just kind of like, okay, accept whatever is. So you accept that you're going to live where you're going to live. You accept what you're going to drive. You accept where you're going to work. You accept whatever. But that is the success from yesterday. It was fine for you to work at a fast food restaurant, and no shade to anybody that's a manager or a supervisor or any position in a fast food restaurant. But I'm just giving you an example. It was fine for you to work at a fast food restaurant in the teenage age. It was fine for you to maybe even work at a fast food restaurant in your 20s and maybe going into your 30s. But as you progress, if you want other things in life, if you don't stop dreaming and stop looking at the things that you previously achieved, then guess what? You will see that there's more opportunity for you to move up in the world, for you to change and shift. Maybe you want to open up a fast food chain, a franchise. Maybe you want to expand and buy multiple houses. Maybe you want to buy multiple cars. Maybe you want to take care of your family, your parents, your children. Maybe be able to send them to college. Maybe you want to do something that nobody in your family has ever done. But the problem is that you're so stuck on what you achieved yesterday that there's no opportunity for you to think about something that's going forward. There's no opportunity for you to think about and dream again because you're so consumed by the things that you already did. And it's great that you did those things. And I talk to my kids, I got some grown children and I got a 12-year-old. And the difference between the grown children and the 12-year-old is kind of funny because, they're somewhat on the same level, but I always hear my older children that are grown and some of them that have children of their own talk about the things that they did when they were his age. So again, it's still the past successes. It's them trying to relive their life through somebody else or tell somebody else because I was able to do this, you'll be able to do this, but that's their life. And who wants to live somebody else's life? Because we can only be who we are. So why are we standing around? Why are we sitting around still harping on what we did yesterday? Okay, you graduated. Okay, you went to school here. Okay, you had this type of job. Okay, you had this type of opportunity. Okay, you got this certification. You got this degree. Okay, you did this. You did that. That's great. You climbed the mountain. But what are you doing right now? See, the past successes are the past. It's a place for that. And it's on the shelf in the background. That's why we talk about behind the scenes, because this is literally saying that you need to leave that back there. You don't need to continue to carry that in your life today and say, okay, well, this is what I did. This is what I achieved. Last week we won the Best of South Carolina. Hey! We won the Best of South Carolina last week. I'm talking about like literally less than a week ago, right? Now, less than a week ago, with us winning the Best of South Carolina, do y'all think that we just sitting around talking about, okay, everybody got to know about us winning the Best of South Carolina? That's one thing to share the achievement, but it's a whole nother thing to understand, okay, well, that's done. Okay, if I want to move forward, I got to look at, okay, well, what about next year? Well, what are we going to do for next year? What are we going to do for right now? What are we going to do for 3 months down the road? What are we going to achieve for a year down the road, 6 months down the road, 3 months down the road, next month? What are we achieving? What are we working towards? See, most people would be like, okay, well, I won the Best of South Carolina. Okay, I'm the stuff. That's it. And it is a very high award, and I thank each and every one of you for voting for us, for putting our name on that roster, especially our KBBU coaches. I thank y'all so much. Like, y'all did the thing. I was so shocked, and I'm so humbly grateful. But I want y'all to understand tonight, we cannot live on that past success. That's only a temporary period of time where that wave is gonna flow. You're gonna have an up. Okay, we won, we're up here. And then guess what? Okay, y'all did that. Now what? What's next? And so many businesses fail because they don't understand that they have to keep going up and then going down, going up and going down. And when you go down off of the high of the achievement that you have received, what happens is you need to get back to the basics. You need to go back to the original foundation that you were working towards and see what it is that you need to work toward achieving again. So that means you need to get in the trenches, you need to get dirty, you need to get low, you need to be able to start pulling from what is it that I'm really supposed to be doing right now. Or maybe you put that thing on hold before you got the award, and when you got the award, you forgot about it. Go back to the thing that you was doing before your award. Get back to what is the basics. What is the basics of you succeeding? What is the basics? What do you even want? You know, I know when we were kids, many of us had dreams about what we were going to achieve as an adult. Have you achieved those things in your life to this point right now where you are? No matter what age you are, there's no excuse as to why you can't achieve it. There is no reason as to why you can't do what you need to do to be who you are actually already are. All of the tools are already inside of you. All of the things are already there. But you just chose to stop implementing anything because you got an award, because you achieved what you thought was the top tier of achievement. If we look at most 50 and 60 and up year olds, most of us have just kind of like put everything on the shelf. I hear all the time, Michelle, you're not 52. You don't act like you 52. Well, what is a 52-year-old supposed to act like? They dying? Because we've achieved something? We done life? Is that it? So when we think about our lives, y'all, when we think, no matter what age we are, some of us are checking out on that level in our 30s and 40s. We're like, okay, well, I don't live. Okay, I'm just waiting to go to heaven. But heaven is on earth. Did you know that? So that's why there is a big difference in when Michelle receives an award, when Michelle receives something that is to be celebrated. First of all, I'm giving God all the glory for it. Number two, I'm being appreciative. I'm humble for it. I'm being grateful for it. I will live in that high moment, but I understand there's going to be a down moment. I understand it's going to be a fluctuation of a roller coaster ride. It's like this all throughout life. So you cannot just stay in the low. You can't stay when the roller coaster goes down. You can't just stay down there for no reason and decide that you just gave up on life. You got to keep going. You got to figure out what is the new thing that I need to achieve. Because you never ever want to get complacent because it's always somebody watching you. It's all, and I'm not saying that because somebody watching you that you got to do something, but what I am saying is that you got to understand yourself that you have not achieved everything that God has put on the inside of you. You have not achieved it if you still are breathing. If you still got breath in your lungs, it doesn't matter if your arms are working right or your legs are working right or you ain't got no legs or you ain't got no arms. Whatever you do have is what God has given you to still be able to do what it is that He has called you to do. So why are you still sitting there looking like, okay, well, I'm just going to be able to live one more day, but do nothing? Okay, yeah, baby, I did this back in the day. You know what? Back in the day, we lived like this. Back in the day, we did this. Back in the day, we did that. And there's no disrespect for my elders. None at all. But I'm trying to tell you what makes people old and what makes people want to give up on life is that they are stuck on the success of their past and they don't live in today or tomorrow seeking out anything that they were supposed to really become. They just stay there. They just stay in that spot. And that's not how we're supposed to live. So get off the spotlight of yesterday. Come into today and decide that, hey, I'm going to dream again. What can you do right now with discipline? What can you begin to achieve right now with the discipline and consistency that it takes to achieve what it is that you're setting out to do? Don't be foolish and not count all the costs. Don't be foolish and not look at every piece of equipment, every tool, every resource that you need in order to get there. Actually, lay all the cards out on the table. And let's begin to go back to the basics so that we can have success today and tomorrow. That's right. All right, guys, let's hear from you. Preston, you want to go first? Cornell, which one to go for? I'm going to go with Cornell, but since I let Preston go first. Go ahead, Cornell.
Sure. I mean, everything you're saying is exactly right.
I can't hear you, man.
Yeah. Can you hear me? You can hear me? Michelle? Michelle? Can you hear me, Michelle? Oh my God. You think I should log off and log back in?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Everything you said earlier is exactly right. You know, I hope you business guys with these business minds are listening. Okay. I want to talk to the people that are sitting at home that's just thinking about it. I want to talk to the people that's at home that's military, prior military, like me and Preston. Now, me and Preston, a lot of our military guys, we retire, we sit at home, we chill. And we just wait on those checks to come. But if you got a talent, and God bless you with a talent, this is your time. This is your time to get enrolled in these classes and do what you want to do in life. Now, it's great to be out there doing business on things you want to do because you get so much better at it. Like if you was a good mechanic in the military and you want to own a mechanic shop, this is the time.
Yes.
This is the time. If you want to come and make this, get this class, get this knowledge in your head, and make this money, because it ain't over for you. Retirement ain't over for you. Military retirement, I see a lot of guys that's sitting at home right now, and I feel bad for them because they could be doing something they like doing. Just like I said, if you like doing something, you're going to enjoy making that money right along with it. So this is the time for you to come, get in these classes, and I'm telling you, you're going to learn a lot of stuff. We got 2 classes. We got the master's class, the last class, but you got to get any
private sessions.
Yes, you got private sessions, and then if you want to join the group, you can get in with the undergraduates, and then after that you can go to the masters.
That's it.
These classes are quality classes. You got to come get this. I'm telling you. Why sit at home, eat cheeseburgers, or do whatever? Just working on the yard. That's okay. You're working on the yard, but you can come in here, sit at home in front of a computer, and get these certifications. It's too easy. You got someone that owns the school that's been in the business for over 30 years. She can tell you what you need to know. We got coaches here that can help train you on what you need to know about running your own business. It's too easy. It's too easy. And then we got this thing coming up in October. Lord have mercy. Michelle, I'm going to let you tell them about that.
Oh my goodness, let's talk about it. So in October, on the 11th of 2025, we are having the Media and Wealth Summit. Woo! The Media and Wealth Summit is where one of our great coaches, the marketing and media, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, is going to collaborate with KBBU, and we are having the Media and Wealth Summit to teach you about visibility. On her side, we got Dr. Michael Finkley. Dr. Michael Finkley is going to be your person that's coming to you to help you with the expertise of branding, and being able to brand. Then we got Dr. Nikki Ziegler is your visibility expert. She's going to be breaking down the visibility. And of course, our very own Dr. Tina J. Ramsey is going to be showing you how to be seen and heard. KBBU is powered by CTR Media Network. You might be wondering, well, who is CTR Media Network? Well, CTR Media Network is Dr. Tina J. Ramsey's company. That's right. She has a whole organization, a whole network of people that are seen by billions of people all over the world, 150-something countries, y'all. So we're not talking about any small stuff. We're talking about large reach of media, a large reach of TV, a large reach of podcasting, a large reach of any kind of advertising that you can think of. Listen, we're talking about magazines, books. We're talking about all things media. We're talking about everything that there is to be seen and heard from or through. So Dr. Tina J. Ramsey is going to be there to speak to you live and in person. On her side, we got Dr. Michael Finkley with the branding and Dr. Nikki Ziegler with the visibility. And combined together, they are going to tear the house down to teach you how to get in front of a camera, stay in front of a camera, and get that audience that you need. Then on my side, we got the famous Mr. Lee Williams. And he is going to be talking to you about investing. He's going to be talking to you about how to manage your money. He is our wealth expert. He's going to be talking to us about putting the money in the right places, compound interest, being able to grow your funds, no matter what age you are, getting your money to expand to millions and billions of dollars so you never have to worry about money again. Then we got our very own Dr. Mary Hancock. Another one of our coaches is coming to the stage for the October event. And we're talking about she's going to be bringing to the stage the grant writing expertise. She is going to teach you how to get that funding. She's going to teach you how to do the doggone thing with the funding for your business, whether you got an LLC, a PLLC, or just a partnership, a LLP, whether you got a corporation, you're listed on your taxes as an S corporation. None of that matters because she's going to be bringing the wealth and knowledge so you can get your business to $1 billion level. That's right, $1 billion level. She's going to teach you how to get the millions of dollars so you can establish your business properly. And she's not going to be coming halfway. And I heard the other day, if y'all been keeping up with KB. Michelle Green, she was one of our guest speakers on Where Are They Now? That's right, we have a Where Are They Now? And Where Are They Now is our alumni, KBBU alumni, that comes and talks about their companies and the things that they're doing in their life right now. Well, guess what? She announced the other day, actually just last night, that she is going to give away some grants at the event. Like, she is going to give away literal grants that you can actually utilize for your business real time. I'm trying to tell you, ain't nobody else doing that nowhere. You ain't gonna find it nowhere else. And you coming to this event, you're not only getting that, you're gonna see myself. I'm gonna be real live and in person. Y'all be able to pinch me. Don't be pinching me though, because I don't like that now. But anyway, the point is that you'll be able to come to this Media and Wealth event. You'll be able to get your tickets at Eventbrite, and we're gonna be talking about money. We're going to talk about how to manage your money. Did y'all know I'm a financial advisor as well? As a financial advisor, I'm going to be talking about all things finances, money, credit, funding. I'm going to be talking about business credit. I'm going to be talking about trust funds and how to secure your money, how to secure your legacy, how to leave intergenerational wealth. And if you don't know what that is, then you better make sure you're at the event. Okay, go to Eventbrite right now. And if you already got your ticket, go ahead and leave that name and who you are in the comment section so we can celebrate you. Let's give them a round of applause for everybody who already got their tickets. Our coaches already got their tickets. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody up in the house, get your VIP ticket. Don't be wasting time getting a general seat. Go ahead and get your VIP tickets while we still got a few left, okay? All right. So, yes, that's what we're talking about, the Media and Wealth Summit coming up October the 11th of 2025. It is going to be at the River Center of Saluda Shoals, Columbia, South Carolina, from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. And we are super duper excited for what's about to go down. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. We just put a little tap in the water of advertising this, but y'all get ready to see us everywhere. So if you don't get your tickets, you ain't gonna have no ticket. I promise you, we about to be sold out by the end of July. We about to be sold out. I'm just trying to tell you. All right. But yeah, so Preston, I know we kind of like twisted and went into a different direction, but do you remember what you wanted to say about living in the past? Like we saying, you need to show up. You need to show up today.
You know, when I get to smile and I got something right on tip of my tongue ready to come out.
All right, now let's hear it.
Everybody always hear about the age of innovation. That's not a time frame. That's a frame of mind. Okay?
Ooh, that's not a time frame. That's a frame of mind. Hey!
What you said earlier, when you say talking to the young crew, anybody that's feeling like they stuck, go get you a couple of them young Thundercats out there and sit down and talk. Tell them what you're doing and get it from their perspective, their point of view, right? Because they are in tune with today, right? I'm a child of the 70s, had fun in the 80s and grew up in the 90s. I don't know nothing about 2025 and all that up in here. So I'm gonna get some of these young cats out here and be like, hey, how will we do this? And here's the question: not how we do it, is how will we make this better? Right. Cornell will tell you, when we was in the military, we took good things and we made them better. All right. There's a continuity of things. Like everybody, like KBBU is a great thing. We can always make it better. You know, Cornell, his innovations, we can always make them better. I'm striving to be better every day. You know, I hit a milestone that I need to celebrate with y'all. I needed 2 more cruises to make my accredited cruise council certification. Why in the past 2 days I booked 5 of them and I got like 8 more in the queue, right?
Congratulations, Preston. You doing it, man.
Yeah. And I'm keeping it moving. Now, what I did to make that better, I talked to my other people that have done the same work that I have to help them come along, right? So I'm taking that milestone and I'm sharing it out there. That milestone I talked about earlier, I'm not walking around that big old brick in my pocket. I use that as my foundation to go higher. So that's what I'm doing. All right.
Yeah. So you ain't walking around with no brick in your pocket that's holding you down like dead weight.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about right there, Preston. That is awesome. Congratulations on reaching your milestone. And now you live in the highlight reel, but that's going to go down. So start working on the next achievement. That's how it goes, everybody. That's exactly how it goes. And listen, I'm getting ready to put the link to Eventbrite in the comments so you can go ahead and click that link and go ahead and get your tickets right now. But listen, we got to really begin to shift our minds about living in the past, because we cannot just live off of these successes. We can't live off of these achievements. There's our very own Lee Williams right there in the comments. Woo! Let's go. Let's go. Yes, sir. Look, I feel like going on sending you this link so you can come on live. All right, sir. But I know you might not have time. But anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate that so much. And thank you for all the shout outs. Everybody that's watching, everybody's going to watch. Make sure you put hashtag replay so that we'll know that you have watched the replay. Yes, we are pumped up, Mr. Williams. Yes, we are ready for October. Like we are getting we ain't getting ready. We already got ready, okay? We already on like cloud 9 for real, for real. We about to do this thing in a way that ain't nobody ever seen it before. We about to bring to the table. I'm trying to tell you, there's so much information that we're about to give to people. And that's why we got to get out of this mindset that I've already done my thing. I've already achieved my life. And this is the best that I could have done. Because no, your best is always yet to come. Your best is always the next. That's what it is. Your best is always the next. Now, I know somebody going to go out there and take my line, but I'm going to tell you right now, go ahead and put MG attached to that line because you already heard it from me here first. All right? Okay, don't be trying to steal no lines. Don't be trying to take what I'm saying and act like you ain't heard it from here. This is KBBU. All right? You heard it from Michelle Green. Hello. Let's go. All right. So, if y'all have any questions, if you want to come and join KBBU, if you're interested in coming to the event, listen, make sure you go to www.kbbulllc.com. Make sure that you lock in. Go ahead and subscribe. Don't just be coming on every week dating us. Make sure that you are a subscriber and you will set your notifications so you never miss any Wednesday night from 9:30 until we get finished, okay? Because sometimes we be going past time like tonight. But we're just excited, y'all. The point is that we want to make sure that everybody's subscribed and that you're liking, you're sharing, you're leaving some comments down below so that we'll know what it is that you want to ask us a question or you want to make a comment and we can talk about this thing because we love business, all things finances, all things credit, all things wealth, all things travel, all things barbering. Every person that is a part of KBBU, we got it here and we love it. We love these businesses. I'm trying to tell you right now, it is fire. It's thebomb.com. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Make sure that you are subscribed to the KB Michelle Green YouTube channel. You can find us everywhere on social media under kb.michellegreen. And make sure that you tell a friend, especially a business owner, because too many of us are out here thinking that, okay, we've done the best that we can do as a business owner, but we haven't. We ain't even scratched the surface. This is just a little bit of something that we got under our belt. But there is a whole universe out here that we can achieve. There is a whole universe out here that we can help. So let's get to the big stuff with the big boys, as they say. All right? Thank you guys for watching. Until next Wednesday, make sure that you will see us at the top. And come on and ride with us on the wave. Hey, bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right. See you next time.